Hard sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays. Yeah.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports Room, Monday, July 24, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzo'S. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
Also joined by Big Glenn. How's it going, Glenn?
I'm doing great, man. I wish the Reds would have got that game a little bit ago, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, they had some opportunities. Ashcraft pitched a real good game. That first inning got first two batters 0-2, and then ended up getting on base, and one of them scored. That hurt, and then he gave up that home run in the sixth. But like I mentioned before the show, that was a good pitch he made. It was lower part of the plate, inside. It wasn't like right over the middle of the plate. The guy just went down and hit it, and that tied the game up. And then of course Diaz blows then wasn't a save opportunity, but a chance to keep the game going, which he don't give up many runs, so that was a little surprising. And Diaz struggled a little bit tonight.
Didn't get it out, I don't believe it.
No, they were hitting him hard tonight. It was a good game.
It was, man. I was surprised at how close and good it was.
Bounce back and try to get one tomorrow.
I think we will.
I did hear a stat real quick. Hey, how's it going, Mark?
John Suggs.
Yeah, John, I agree. It was a real good game. He said the Rangers and Houston game is a good one right now.
Yeah, it looked like it was tied and somebody was on base already. Looks like it's going to the 10th, possibly. No, wait. Something like that. Looks like this is bottom of the ninth right now. So. Still tied.
Yeah, but Reds got to bounce back tomorrow. But I did hear a stat. The Reds bullpen has stranded 761 base runners this season. That's the most in baseball. So the bullpen has done a pretty good job of not letting runs score, but the problem is our starters are leaving a lot of runners on base. We get that's over 150 more than the Brewers.
And our starting pitching really for the last 2 weeks have been pretty good. Not giving up a lot of runs.
Our starting pitching there had a stretch, but it was a lot due because injuries.
Yep.
You lose Lodolo, then you lose Hunter Green, guys that you you expect to be a big part of your rotation, and then they're gone. And you're using some guys you weren't expecting to use, and them guys are starting to pitch better. I think they're starting to find their way a little bit, making that adjustment. It's a big adjustment coming up to the bigs.
Yeah,
but I like where the Reds are at. We need to get a win tomorrow. It'd been nice to get tonight's game because you got was it Hargraves or whatever starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I seen where Hunter Green's starting to throw again. I think I saw a report on that. I do believe down there in Arizona. So hopefully we get him back relatively soon.
The report I seen, he was talking about maybe middle or the third week of August. So They're hoping if everything goes right, and about the same thing for that. I think his name's Ladola.
Yeah.
Because because Green was supposed to be the number one guy, Ladola was supposed to be their number two guy, and they ain't had these guys for several weeks now.
Yeah, and
actually,
Antone.
John. Yeah, I was gonna say that, John. Those are actually Indian Fever hats.
But no, that's a fever hat. Not an Indian hat.
Yeah, even the one that's back there in that stands Indian Fever hat.
But the color of it does remind you of the old
Yep.
Cleveland Indians hat. If you remember that kind of logo that they had back in the day, that does look a little bit like that from it, because you ain't real up close to it.
He ain't Mike's not lying about that when I was talking to him about that the other night. I was kind of trolling him because he had posted something about Dana Evans on Facebook. I was like, yeah, we could really use her because the two that we got essentially haven't done much for us.
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Yes, good to see you here tonight, Mike.
Speaking of the Fever, how's things been looking for them the last few games? I saw Boston got a tech for elbowing the shit out of somebody yesterday.
They've been essentially SHIT, man. Like they allowed 44 or something points in the fourth quarter on Sunday, and it's getting to that point of the season where I'm starting to check out. I'm looking forward to doing other things. I'll just put it to you like that. Yeah, pretty much, Mike. He ain't lying.
Yeah, I saw Boston. Man, she knocked the hell out of her with the elbow.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some highlights. Yeah, that was the most points ever given up in a quarter in WNBA history. 44 in the first.
Yeah, setting records in the worst way possible. Nothing good could come of that. Obviously,
they were showing signs early in the season of like they're improving. They just haven't been able to sustain it yet.
No, not yet. I think it's going to be probably next year for Lucky. So,
you think they'll make any big changes?
the changes I want is got to do with our guards. I think when we was running that Grace Berger right before the All-Star break and the other day before we played New York, when she was out there playing all those minutes, man, we was doing good. But once you put Erica Wheeler in there and then Christy Wallace and those ladies, nothing really wasn't getting done. So not much productivity is what I'm saying.
All right. Then I know you went and watched big soccer nationals this weekend.
Yes.
How was that?
That was awesome. The Indy 11 women's, they won the national championship on Saturday. It was great to see in person, despite not being able to make it to the Warrior Pro Wrestling, obviously. But when any team has a chance to win a national championship or a championship just in general, my butt's going to be in a seat out there, whether it be the Pacers, the Fever, or like example, in the 11 women's on Saturday. And they took care of business, man. The one, I forget her name, but the lady that hit the go-ahead goal in the overtime hit like a hell of a bicycle kick, like to the back of her that way. So like she wasn't even looking at the goal when she hit it. Yeah. She just did like a little like an AJ Styles thing and went in, and that was it. We just had to hold them off for the next few minutes, and every time. When they switch sides and their goalie would be down near where their fan zone is for the Indy 11, I was giving their goalkeeper hell the whole time. Every time that the ball was getting ready to come in, he was like, "Hey, Orange, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna blow this game,"
Hey, Glenn was doing his part.
Yep. Yeah, I made sure that we, I mean, I got into it with Liz Cambage at a game last year because I was on the sideline saying that she was going to miss her free throws. I mean,
Yeah,
You need to go to a Pacer game, get on LeBron about his hairline, maybe get kicked out.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But like those people that got kicked out right before Thanksgiving about a year and a half ago. It's probably a good thing that they had us in the fans in the balcony out here because they probably would kick us all out after that.
Did you watch any of the IndyCar this weekend?
Actually, I did not. I did watch the Pocono race on Sunday where Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson got into it, and the fans were booing the hell out of Denny Hamlin. So
what Hamlin do now?
Just doing Denny stuff. I mean, he didn't really do anything wrong. Just he kind of like took Kyle Larson's driving line away going in. I think it was turn 1. But it's pretty much just a racing incident. I mean, it wasn't like he was trying to like take him out, but Denny's always had a bad rap, unfortunately, with the fans just in general. So,
Newgarden won both races in Iowa.
yeah, I did notice that stat, and that's a pretty big deal because that means with the amount of races left that Newgarden will probably be the IndyCar champ this year at the end of the year. I think the last race is at Laguna Seca, if I remember correctly. It usually is at the Laguna Seca, which probably not too far off, actually.
And the Colts signed Richardson today.
I've seen that
4-year, fully guaranteed deal. I think it was for right around $34 million.
Yeah, 34. I want to say 0.9 million, maybe. That was good to see him sign that before because everybody in the local Colts media, like radio, TV, I won't say like the reporters are, but like the fans that interact with those guys on Twitter and stuff, we're getting relatively worried that he hasn't signed that deal yet. It's like, dude, guys, chill out. Everything's gonna be okay.
Because there was even a couple of the other quarterbacks that didn't sign the other day, the rookies.
Yeah, people getting their feelings too much on these fan pages and fan groups and everything else. It's like just chill out. Everything's gonna be okay.
Chris was pissed off earlier today about some fan. He ain't really a fan. He ain't even really a fan.
Well, that's what pissed me off. Because I kind of know he's not a fan. They want to act like you know what's going on.
Oh, like a lot of those Reddit pages that we follow. It's the same thing across the Pacers and Fever side too. I have to, especially on the Fever end, I have to like not pay attention to that. I mean, because it gets stupid.
People in the Reds end was going crazy because there was rumors that they might trade India.
Oh yeah, somebody made a joke about that one. I thought that was funny as hell. That was something I would have done.
People have been going crazy about that. And
and they said this is a must-win series. I mean, I'd like to win it, but I mean, still a long way to go. Yeah, I've seen somebody said the Reds will trade India and 2 prospects for Ohtani. I think it's going to take more than India and just 2 prospects for Ohtani. But I did hear the Orioles are checking into Ohtani. Does that surprise you if that's true?
I've heard a rumor that a lot of people thought that they might.
But the Diamondbacks were too.
And the Orioles have one of the best farm systems in baseball, so they have a lot. They have a lot of stuff they could offer to bring in a guy like Ohtani. So I mean, they got a young team.
I really don't care where he goes. I just think that would be awesome if he went to the Orioles just to piss off Frankie the Yankee.
Yeah. Away from New York Yankees, or maybe actually send him to New York, but to the Mets or something like that.
Or put him on the Rangers, so then that pissed Jay off because he was on the Rangers, not the Astros.
Have him go the Astros. I'd really piss Frankie off. Frankie would really go nuts if he went to the Astros.
Yeah, or the Red Sox or Toronto Blue Jays.
I don't think he's going anywhere till after the season. If he does, I don't think they're going to trade him.
I can see him getting dealt when the Reds do their Winterfest thing, like December, January. So I can see that. I know
you're taking a chance because of he could end up leaving in free agency for nothing, but they have to think they've had to talk to him. They have to think that they have a chance to re-sign him, or I think they would have you would hear more talks about the trade. And
Yeah.
another thing, if I'm a team, I'm gonna be a little bit leery of trading for you because I don't want you as a rental. If I'm giving up all these prospects,
Yeah, I
I
ain't
want to be
giving you
able.
this for
I,
2 months rental.
I want some assurances I'm gonna be able to sign you.
Yeah, because people have been clearing, or teams have been clearing cap for him already. Was it? Didn't we say it was the Dodgers that was starting to do that like last year or something like that?
Yeah,
So,
The Dodgers is where I think he's going to end up. I think it's going to be through free agency. I don't think it's going to be through a trade.
yeah, he's going. It sounds like he could be essentially be going to cross town pretty much.
Oh, that'll piss a lot of people off too.
Yeah,
Go for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judge Mathis would love that because isn't he a Dodger fan?
Oh, he'll love it till he has one bad game, and then he'll be ready to get rid of him. And then when he has a good next time he has a good game, he'll love him again.
Yeah, it'll be opening day. He's already talking about wanting to trade him for somebody. Get rid of him.
I'm glad the Colts signed Richardson. But speaking of Richardson, do you think the Colts are going to start him?
Yeah, I think
do you think he's a starter week 1, or do you think it's going to be Minshew?
It's going to be Anthony is going to be the starter week 1. Orsay is going to play, and their games that they usually like to do every Colts camp. They're going to have Minshew out there for a little bit in the preseason, as well as Anthony. Their reps are going to be legitimately split down the middle. But Anthony's going to be the guy that gets the nod week 1.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it could be a situation where Richardson may start, but you may see Minshew, and I'm talking about regular season, in certain situations?
Yeah, I can see that being highly possible.
Maybe, but I tend to believe he'll start and play most of the snaps because the last 2 times we've drafted up high and got supposedly our next franchise quarterback.
They've always started week 1.
Yeah, they've all played their rookie years. I mean, Peyton Manning, was his rookie year great? No. But he played his rookie year, and next year we were real good. Andrew Luck had a pretty good rookie year. I mean, but
you would get past the Ravens that year in the first round. That was Ray Lewis's final year in the league. It wasn't going to be those guys.
So that's what makes me think that he's probably going to play, unless the only way he doesn't play is if he just isn't performing during this training camp, and they don't think he's.
And looks like Jacob Eason. If you look at Jacob Eason, then he's not playing week 1. You probably won't even see the field.
But I think if he looks like if they think he's ready, he's playing.
Oh yeah. That offense that Steichen has will probably benefit Anthony's chances to start week 1. So
and I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big bounce back year this year.
Yeah, he's got to, because there's going to be teams looking to trade for him if things does go for him here. So,
well, you think there might be teams, but hell, the way the running back market is, you might not have the options you think you're going to have, especially if you don't have a good year this year after you got a down year last year. But last year, I think most of that was the injury, and offensive line wasn't great either. But I think you get a healthy Taylor back, that's going to help. That's going to help him for one, but it's also going to help the offensive line too, because when he's healthy, he can make up for some things. But when he wasn't healthy, he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, this remember that game. This one probably still breaks Frankie's heart. Is that game here at Lucas Oil right around Christmas about a year and a half ago, where we beat them here in the Jonathan Taylor had that big run late. Yeah, those are the kind of games that we love seeing from our guy Jonathan Taylor.
Cook still don't have a contract yet, does he? So that's why it's tough.
Well, you had these running backs. A bunch of them got together on a Zoom call this weekend to talk and try to come up with ideas to try to improve their market. But the problem is, there's nothing you can do till like 2030. I think it is when the next CBA is, or somewhere close to there.
I know, man.
And then when And then you got to try to get your union to be able to get it where it's better. That one thing they need to change is shorter deals for your rookie deal for a running back. Don't make it a 4 or 5 year deal like it is with these other positions.
Because that benefits the owners right now.
Because by then you're not wanting to sign them to a 2nd-year deal, so make it their first contract a 2 or 3 year deal. That way they still have a chance to get a decent sized second contract. Because right now you're getting where these teams don't even want to sign these running backs to a second contract
because they've already started to fall off in their production that way. So yeah,
and a team can keep you under their control for 5, 6, close to 7 seasons if you get drafted in the first round as a running back because you got the 4 years. Then you usually have an option, and then they can franchise tag you 2 years. So hell, that could be basically your whole damn career as a running back.
Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott just went to something similar like that down there in Dallas, So and they didn't want him no more either.
But the only way these have, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool that these guys got together and they're trying, but you gotta it can't just be a few of you. It can't just be the top guys. The lower level running backs. They're all going to have to get together and band together to be able to make any kind of change.
Yeah, it's
hard to get that many people because when it comes down to it, the guys are going to start thinking about themselves. And I'm not saying that's wrong because especially if you're a low level back, you're going to take what the money that you can get and what you think is a good deal for you, and you're trying to fight for these guys that are these higher paying contracts. You're only going to hold out and do certain things until it starts affecting you too much.
Exactly. Hopefully they can get figured out in time because those 4 years that's can essentially could be a whole running back's career in that way because of their short span.
Don't get me wrong, it sucks that they're not getting these other contracts, but also I don't feel bad for him either because like Saquon, he's going to make over 10 million this year. He'll make like 22 point something million over the next 2 seasons if they franchise tag him, even if they franchise tag him next year. So it's not like he's not making money. Hell, give me 10 million. I'll go out there and try to run the ball. I ain't gonna make it very far, but
might get a yard. Yeah.
I know the quarterbacks got together many years ago in the NFL. Jim Kelly, I can't remember all the names, but got together because of the situation they were in. But like you said, the way the thing's set up right now, I don't know if there's a whole lot they can do.
I don't think there's much they can do to the new CBA. And then how hard? And then what are you going to have to do to get these owners and these people to change their minds of the way they're doing things? They think it's.
And if it's 23 before that comes up again, man, they're going to have to pretty much have to wait until the next group of guys comes into the league to even think about getting that changed.
Yeah, so it's going. But that's what goes back to their union not signing a bad deal for them.
Yeah.
Not that anybody could have saw this coming. That the game was going to shift this way, and the running backs was going. Running backs usually used to be one of the most important positions. Now it's turned into one of the least valued positions.
Yeah, hell. Linemen, offense and defense linemen, those positions are a little bit more prioritized than, running back. Just the way the league is right now,
Yep. Yeah, you still have Dalvin Cook hasn't signed, and Saquon. I think he plays. I don't think he's going to set the season now. I really don't.
Pollard to sign either. Pollard?
I don't know if Pollard signed the franchise tag yet or not. And then, Jacobs? Did he sign?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It'd be interesting if any of these guys. I think they play. You lose too much not to play, and then
you don't get paid, kind of deal. So now it's probably not the best idea for those guys.
And okay, let's say you set out a season. What's to say that the running back market's going to be any different next season?
Exactly. They're going to have to just suit up, go play, and earn their money. So that's how I view it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Definitely will be.
Have you watched any of the Women's World Cup?
No, not really. I did see where Italy, I think, won today. So, or it's very early this morning.
Our team plays again. What the ladies play Wednesday, I believe.
I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday at 9.
It's the Netherlands that we play next. I think it's the Netherlands. It could be
Yes,
wrong.
it's Netherlands.
Why so many days in between games?
I don't know.
Because then they just played what?
Friday.
Yeah, on Friday you don't play again on Wednesday. That's
It's like the NBA Finals in that way. We was talking about
yeah, that's true.
20 days in between games.
And you can ask him. I bitch about that every year about the NBA Finals as well. We'll take 2 or 3 days off between games. It's like, what? Why the hell are we taking 2 or 3 days off between games? We don't need that many days.
Yeah, I think what it is they want to get teams rest, and especially the ones that usually go far, like the U.S. women's. They probably will make it to the final. I'm assuming. So it's one of those things, especially on soccer, because all they do is
yeah. But here's my thing. I was thinking about that because you got all this load management in basketball, and all these people want to talk about resting, and then you look at it. But baseball, they'll play 10 or 11 games in a row, and that's every day, and then have 1 day off, and then play another 7 or 8 in a row, and then have a day off, and then might play another 12. And you're telling me that you need 3 days off in between each basketball game you play?
Exactly. And see, baseball players don't usually get hurt like the other team, other sports does in that way. So
It's different sports. I understand that, but it's just
yeah. So why do you need these many days off? It's like are they trying to go out and have like a Dennis Rodman-esque binge for like 2 days or something like that?
The NBA don't even play that many back-to-back games, do they? Really, a few, but
not as many. Yeah, not as many.
Not like it used to be.
I think from what I remember last year, there was like one back-to-back a month, throughout the season, and it was even between the amount of like you have 6 months in the NBA season, October through December, then January through March, or just April. So technically 7. Like you would play like one back-to-back at home, like the first 2 months, but like you would play an away back-to-back or a home and home back-to-back, like the other ones, So it was a mixture of stuff, but it was all at the end. It was all even out in the same. But they don't play them like they used to, obviously.
Did you see the story about Naeem Hines?
That sucked. I heard about that. That really sucked.
Yeah, he got hit with a jet ski and going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard something about Hines, but I hadn't seen the story yet.
I just seen it.
Yeah. That hurt, man.
How did he get hit by a jet ski?
I didn't catch all of it. It said he got hit by a jet ski and expected to miss the whole season.
See, stuff like that makes you think that the Bills be cursed in some way,
Yeah, I know.
Naeem could have did good for them, this year.
Man, that's going to be a good pay-per-view Saturday night for UFC.
Yes.
Yeah, then we got a week from Saturday. We got the big one for SummerSlam.
Yep. We got NXT this Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We don't have no wrestling shows that weekend, do we? Slam.
Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. On Saturday.
Nope.
Did you guys like Dom winning that NXT North American belt last week? That was awesome as hell, man. Like,
man, they're going crazy. Dom's, I'll tell you, he defended the belt tonight against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I saw that a clip of that where I think it was Rhea and Damian Priest attacked Owens and allowed Dom to win. So
yes, and I heard the reason they did that angle, Owens legitimately is hurt.
Ouch. Yeah.
I don't know how bad, but they say he really does have an injury. And they did a deal with Liv Morgan tonight too. I know she's injured. So
yeah, I sure hope it's not for, especially on Owens' part, it's not a long period of time where they have to drop the belts just yet.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, because I would like to see them guys hold on to like at least Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. You
see where Brian Pillman Jr. going to NXT?
Yes, I like that, and I gotta get back down to Orlando sometime soon. Hopefully, I can catch him when he's down there. I should have a chance to do it. Is that David?
No.
Okay. Because me and David pretty close, and he likes to joke around a lot. So
Oh,
I don't know. It wasn't David, but somebody on here.
yeah,
Want to know if I'm busy?
Yeah, say hey, we're busy right now, man. Talking about the day in sports.
no, I think Pillman could be a big star with WWE.
Yeah,
Yes, like if he's going to be in NXT, he's probably not going to be there for too long. I can see if Braun Breaker continues to stay down in NXT, I could see them two feuding right off the bat, like instantly. Like that'd be a good program right there. Put that on NXT Takeover.
Well, I just seen an interview. I don't even know where it was filmed at, but it was Seth Rollins talking about Braun Breaker. He said Braun Breaker needs to come up to the main roster now so he can find who he is. He said it's one thing to be in NXT, but he needs to come up here and be on the main roster for a year or two to find out who and what he's going to be. And I agree with him. I think it's time for him to come up.
Because NXT is like a big independent that's located in Orlando. It's usually the same crowd, same people every week. So,
I think Carmelo Hayes is ready to come up. I think Dragunov's ready to be up.
Dragunov's he's been ready for a while, but
Dragunov's a beast.
Yeah, he's got the NFL Films music for his theme. I think he changed it recently.
Yeah, that Dragunov Breaker match a couple weeks ago was outstanding.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I think it'd be cool to go down there to one of them NXT shows. I know Glenn's been.
It's smaller than it looks on TV. It looks much bigger on TV, but it's fun as hell. And I'm already, me, I'm already trying to go back already.
Did you happen to see? We had a conversation earlier tonight about AEW, and did you happen to see the blood and guts match?
I did. I actually checked it out. I found a way to watch the episode from last week, and that thing looked wild.
It was wild. It just ain't for me, being an older fan. Remember the NWA and what those matches were. They were gruesome. This was more high spots, and I mean, if you put out a bed of nails and a guy's laying on a bed of nails, and a guy jumps off the top rope on you or whatever onto you, you should have a bloody back. He didn't even have a mark on his back.
No.
So
it was probably some of those plastic fake looking nails that you probably see at like a Halloween store. Yeah,
I don't think that resonates. Or at least it doesn't with me.
Yes.
And really, you look at it, there wasn't. Moxley was bleeding a lot, but there really wasn't a lot of blood. I mean, it was cool, a lot of jumping around, a lot of stuff, but it just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, like I don't go out of my way to like watch AEW a lot, but like when they come to do shows here in Indy once a year, I do try to go every time, obviously, because they're usually relatively cheaper than WWE. But it's still a fun brand to watch. I just don't go out of my way to watch it.
Yeah. Now, what they've gotten with Adam Cole and MJF right now.
Oh, that double clothesline, baby. Yes.
Yeah, double clothesline.
Yes. That China restaurant thing was funny.
It was one of the goofiest finishers I've ever seen. The double clothesline. It didn't even look good. It didn't even look good. But who cares?
Yeah. That was comedy gold right there, man. Like I was like, yes. Now I got a question for you guys. Who turns on who first?
Oh,
that's a hard question. Yeah.
I think Adam Cole's there. I mean, they could double swerve it and make him turn bad, but I think he's the golden goose. Unless they're really going to stand. I mean, MJF could be a major face too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I would say it's going to be MJF. He calls himself the devil. So
Yeah. I think they're going to swerve us. I think everybody's going to think it's going to be MJF, but I think it's going to be Adam Cole is going to be the one to pull the trigger on all that when it comes time.
it could be because I mean they do have the guys that were in Undisputed Era there. At least 3 of them, and I think the one is getting ready to come back before too long. The one that's injured, Riley.
I forget his name.
Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's ready to come back.
Exactly.
So they could be a heel group and go after MJF. The crowd would love MJF. I just wonder if MJF's going to be there after January 2024. I just wonder.
Because his whole trips, like he always has been saying for the longest time.
He's going to cost a lot of money, I believe.
Oh yeah. Triple H and those guys would definitely, I'm sure, pay for that for him to come up like that over to the E.
I think that's where he's going to end up.
I think he's a perfect fit. I know some people think he's too vulgar. I think he can do anything. I think he can do anything he has to, and he wants to make the big money. And let's face it, I know AEW is doing well, but still at this point, WWE is the big time.
You know what's crazy is the fact that the Royal Rumble is actually going to be in Orlando. So if he doesn't have like a 90-day clause or anything like that, and if he's able to get signed up relatively quickly, he could end up in the Royal Rumble this year if that actually ends up happening. So that's something to think about when it comes time for all that.
That is possible.
Or do like what they did for Cody at Mania a little over a year ago when they had him come out and face Seth.
Yep, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm always thinking ahead on that kind of thing, because like you see where things could potentially would be good for the company in that way, and how it would make the brand better. So,
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting with a lot of the stuff that happens. I know you got some shows coming up. Got Fastlane,
AEW, the Undertaker Monday show across the street from my building here. Buddy, that's on my birthday. I was not going to go through that pre-sale and not get that menu. There was no way in hell that was going to happen. I made sure there was enough money in my account to put a down payment on that. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun little few months going into next year, actually. So,
oh yeah,
yeah, I saw that one day. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was in Vegas with my guy Frank. It was the first night of the WNBA All-Star Weekend, and I saw because when we got there, we pretty much spent the whole day doing stuff, go to the Starry 3-point contest, everything. Got back to our room to get ready to go to bed. Scrolling through Facebook, one day-man show just announced November 9th, Old Nelson Center. I was like, guess what? I'm going to that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the All-Star thing. I know you had a good time down there.
Oh my goodness, I probably walked a good 15, 20 miles the whole weekend, but it was well worth it, man. It was one time and everything. We didn't have to go outside much, which is great. The only time that we had to go outside was really to cut across the convention center parking lot to go into the hotel area because the convention center where they had the WNBA All-Star Convention thing was so freaking huge. It was like 2 or 3 times of what ours is over here. And you remember how long that one was when we was there for Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So imagine about 2 or 3 more hallways of that size of that building. It was probably a good 2 or 3 miles.
That's big. Yeah, that's big.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, was there anything that you wanted to hit on that we didn't get to?
I believe we hit everything that we need to tonight, man.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back on Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. another episode of GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, like, follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, or Gonzo Sports Room as well, and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. And we will see you guys Wednesday night. This has been GSR. Hope everybody has a great night.